Hickories in the genus Carya can be found in much of the eastern United States, and here at Fort Leavenworth, excluding pecans, can be found mostly in the upland forest, where they're a dominant and defining species with oaks, making it an oak-hickory upland forest. The two most common species of hickory other than pecan are the shagbark hickory and the bitternut hickory, both of which can be distinguished from each other and other species in the forest by their leaves, their fruits, and the bark. The bitternut hickory, Carya cordiformis, can grow to heights of 100 feet tall. Their leaves are compound and alternate and have 7 to 9 leaflets. The leaflets themselves grow from 6 to 12 inches in length, are lightly serrated along the margin, and come to a gentle point at the end. The bark of the bitternut hickory is gray to gray-brown in color with shallow fissures and a rough appearance. The ridges almost give an appearance of a diamond-shaped texture throughout the bark of the tree. The shagbark hickory, Carya ovata, can grow to heights of 90 feet tall. Their leaves are compound and alternate and have 5 to 7 leaflets. The leaflets themselves can grow from 6 to 8 inches in length, have lightly serrated margins, and come to an abrupt point. The namesake bark is light gray in color with wide, flat, plate-like ridges that curl away from the trunk and appear to be flaking or shagging off of the tree. The fruit of the shagbark hickory arises in late summer and is about as wide as it is long. When it ripens in September to October, it dehisces or splits into 3 different parts, revealing a tan nut or seed inside. Both oaks and hickories produce a high volume of highly nutritious and ecologically important nuts, or fruits. These nuts are held within a thin shell and have a green outer hull. They make up the diet of a lot of different species in the forest, including birds and small mammals, and actually make up 10% of the eastern chipmunk's diet. Because of these important nuts, hickories are considered a keystone species in the ecosystems in which they exist. Trees typically start producing fruits around year 20 and can produce until year 200 or more. They also produce in a 1 to 3 year cycle, with years in between having little to no production. These little to no production years have cascading effects on the local ecosystem. Species that depend on the hickory nut, like squirrels, have less forage and the populations tend to shrink. Species that depend on squirrels for their food tend to shrink as well, and so on and so on. Hickories have gained adaptations over a long period of time, such as thick bark, a vast root system, and the ability to compartmentalize scarring that have enabled them to live in ecosystems that see frequent fire. Wildfires or forest fires have been a beneficial part of forest ecology for thousands of years, with species like hickories being adapted to frequent or periodic fires. Seen as destructive by many, forest fires are actually breathing life into the ecosystems that they're a part of. Some direct benefits include invasive species control, habitat creation thanks to control of understory vegetation, nutrient cycling, and an increase of biodiversity. All these factors lead to a healthier forest ecosystem, not only for trees, but for all of the species in the forest. Colonial uses for hickories center around woodworking, as they're known for their strength and durability, with no other commercial species matching their qualities. They've been used in hardwood floors, baseball bats, hand tools, furniture, and much more. Various species of hickories have been used as a fuel source in smoking meats, and the shagbark hickory has been touted as the best tasting hickory nut. There are many indigenous uses for the hickory species, with one of the main ones being for food. Hickory nuts were collected, eaten whole, boiled, or ground down and used in baked goods. Hickory wood was sought after for its prized strength and used for tool making, such as bows, arrow shafts, snowshoes, and much more. Different parts of the hickory trees, such as bark, were used as remedies for different ailments, such as urinary and digestive issues, tuberculosis, ringworm, and much more. Hey, Jacob here. We hope you liked that video and learned something. If you'd like to see some of our other resources, check out the link in the video description.